A remarkable story first, isolated from his rural South American village, who believed he was touched by evil forces. 8-year-old Diddier was dubbed Turtle Boy as he had a giant mole that covered his back like a shell.
6-year-old Diddier has a mole on his back, which keeps on growing. In his Colombian village, they call him Turtle Boy. Diddier lives with his family in a poor region of northern Colombia, remote from any city. Each year, as Diddier has grown, the mole has grown too. Didier's mole is now so big that every day has become a real struggle.
And Diddier is here now alongside his translator, Faria Iqbal. And we're also joined by his surgeon, Dr. Neil Bulstrode, and Jodi Whitehouse, who runs a charity that helps people with conditions like Diddier. So welcome everyone. Thank you very much indeed.
Welcome.
Hola, welcome. Nice to see you. Let's start first of all with you, Neil, because how did you hear this story?
We were first contacted by people who were interested in this, Didier's incredible case, because we run a specialist clinic for congenital melanocytic nevus.
And that was going to be my next question. So what is it?
Basically, it means a mole that is dark and you're born with. And that's run mainly by my brilliant colleague, Dr. Kinsler, at Great Ormond Street and the Institute of Child Health.
And within a year at Great Ormond Street, you'll carry out sort of 40 removals, not to this extent, but
No.
you'll do those operations within a year. This is the worst case you've ever seen, though?
It was very much the most extensive case that I had ever seen in my experience.
Well, you mentioned that the name is a mole that is dark,
Yes.
and many people have moles that are dark.
Yes.
So what makes them do that?
It's luckily, Dr. Kinsler has found the gene mutation that causes that switch that changes what was due to be normal skin into this dark mole. And that's the key now to future research in finding an actual cure. Because up to now, the treatment has been camouflage or surgery, which is not so clever, but the real the brilliant hope is that one day there'll be an actual cure that can be targeted for these patients.
Were you aware how ostracised he'd become over there?
We were, and that was one of the main focuses for us, was to try and help get Diddier to feel that he could be reintegrated back into society. But also the huge weight that he had was around 20% of his body weight. So to be able to remove that, it's like, us carrying around a couple of sacks of potatoes, hugely, impinging on his lifestyle.
And this operation that took place, very painful operation, but also many stages needed.
Yes.
Because after you've removed the mole, you've then got to sort of put skin grafts in place to sort of heal the skin that's left.
Yes, and I was very fortunate and that I was invited to help the brilliant team in Bogota. Fantastic hospital, and the surgical and paediatric team were just fantastic. And I was there for the initial operation, but then the brilliant surgeons were also able to graft Didier's back and round to his chest, and that was a number of staged painful procedures that he had to go through, and Diddier has been amazing throughout that whole process.
We have footage of the operation now, and it's quite graphic. And so, if it's the sort of thing that that you won't like, or anyone around you won't like, we'll give you just a second to make sure that either you can turn away, or yes, perhaps you'd like to tell Diddier what we're going to do. And so, so here is the footage, some of the footage of Didier's operation.
With safety measures in place, the first cut is made. The two surgical teams must now work together in a race against blood loss. The electric knife cuts through the soft tissue of the mole with ease. It's the tissue and blood vessels beneath they need to watch out for.
he has actually seen that before.
Jodi, I wanted to come to you because you yourself had CMN. You had it since birth, didn't you? And how did it affect your life?
Okay, so my CMN covers 80% of my body, so it's all my back and my stomach and my bottom, and then smaller satellites on the rest of my body too. So I was born in 1980, so before we had Neil or Dr. Kinsler and all the experts we have now. So I had 30 operations to try and remove the CMN, but none of the surgery really worked because we didn't have the knowledge that we've got now. So I still have my CMN now, and I've learnt to live with it because some CMNs can grow internally, so it can grow in the brain or the spinal cord, which can result in kind of severe learning difficulties and physical disabilities too. So because mine's more cosmetic, I haven't had any more surgery because it's kind of who I am.
Well, I was going to say that, yes, that's you've said you will not let it define you. This is part of who you are.
Yeah, it'd be weird if I didn't have my birthmark on my skin. Yeah.
But it's great for you to have that approach to it. And as we've seen in Didier's story, and his was very extreme.
Yes.
It's the people around you that can make life uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's right. So in about 1997, myself and my family set up a kind of charity to help support children in the UK with the condition. So that's going back a number of years. So now we have about 400 families.
This is Caring Matters Now, which is CMN.
CMN, Caring Matters Now. Yeah, very clever. Good. So we support about 400 families in the UK and quite a number actually internationally now. And we offer support days, we do counselling, we have support packs for parents and for teachers at the schools, and it's a real network, so children now growing up knowing they are not alone. It's like Diddier thought he was, but coming to the UK, he's met children for the first time.
Well, this was what I wanted to speak to you about, because although you've sort of been following his story since 2011, this is the first week that you've actually met him in person.
It is.
And he has met other children that have this similar condition to him, and so what's that been like?
Amazing. So he's staying with one of our families. They're actually a South American family, but they live in London. So he's staying with them, and he's met the little boy who also has CMN, and he is 4. And they are like best friends. So last night we went round for dinner and they were playing football together in...
and there they are.
There they are, yes, so cute. They were playing football in the garden, and they've just had lots of fun times together, and a real friendship and bond has been built, and it's just the start, I think, of what now will be a lasting friendship.
Well, this is Didier's first time ever out of
his hometown.
And so it's all a bit phasing, and the first time on an aeroplane, and so we decided we wouldn't put him through the rigour of having to explain how he felt, so we asked his mum earlier on this morning, and this is what she had to say.
Diddier said that he felt very bad before the surgery. Before the surgery, it was very difficult for him to do many activities. It impeded him from doing a lot of the things that he would have enjoyed to do. Some people called him Turtle Boy, but for other people, and the majority, they did become very accustomed to living with Diddier, and they led a normal life together. When Diddier heard people calling him Turtle Boy, he felt very sad, and he would ask, "Why do I have this?" And it was a very difficult question to answer. He always had hope that something would be done. There was hope that it would be taken off at some point.
And so the results have been extraordinary.
No, he's healed wonderfully after such a big operation and so many stages. But we were not able to, we haven't been able to eradicate the CMN. We were just able to take away the main bulk. But with the skin grafting now, it is repaired wonderfully.
Well, this is what his back looks like now, and that's the work you've done. Is there further work to be done there?
I think at the moment, monitoring is very important. There's the potential for things to grow back. So I know that he's followed up closely by his team in Bogota, and also treating the other little satellite lesions if necessary. But the real thing will be if Dr. Kinsler will be able to find that cure, which will be you know, the true sort of holy grail of what we're looking for, and then they don't need me.
Yes.
Would you just say to Diddier that we hope he's enjoyed his time here? We know he's been on the London Eye and he's been to the theatre, he's watched The Lion King, I think, and the first trip on an aeroplane, and I realise how strange this must be to him, but I hope he's having a nice time.
Ellos esperan que estás disfrutando tu tiempo en Londres. ¿Lo has gustado?
Sí.
¿Y qué has gustado más?
Did he enjoy the London Eye?
Yeah, I just told him that you hope that he's enjoying his stay, and I asked him what he liked the most.
Yes.
He told me yesterday that The Lion King was just amazing.
Enjoyed that.
Yeah,
good.
he really enjoyed that.
I can't
He is
imagine
gorgeous.
if you're
gorgeous.
8 years old and you've been sort of flown halfway around the world away from your village, how extraordinary this experience must be.
Yeah.
But will you thank him very much indeed for allowing us to tell his story?
Quieren agradecerte y decir muchas gracias por contar tu historia.
And there you go.
Thank
Thank you, Diddier.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
all
you.
very
Thanks
much.
so
Good luck
much.
with the charity.
Yes.
We'll put details on our website.
Lovely, thank you very much.
Thank you. And good luck with your research as well.
Yeah,
you very much.
absolutely.
Right, let's find out what you've got to say. Jeff's in the hub.
Yeah, glad Didier's enjoying the UK. People are overwhelmed by your story, Diddier. Rosemary says you're such a brave little boy. My heart went out to him and his family when I watched the documentary. Ab says, I remember watching Diddier in 2011, and in June 2012, my son was born with CMN, covering 35% of his body. I'm so glad Diddier and his mum have met other CMN sufferers. Don lastly says, I have every faith in the brilliant, skilled doctors and nurses in this day and age and the treatment they can do so people can go on to live normal, happy lives. All the best to Diddier and his family. Back to you.
Thank you, Jeff. And we'll be back after this break.